Hey, everybody. Welcome to the call tonight here from Omaha, Nebraska. This is Joel Nixon. Monday night, wherever you are, sounds like we have a bunch of people from out of state hopping on the call. So we appreciate you folks from Georgia, staying up an hour later than us here in the Midwest and hopping on this call. Guys, I promise your time is going to be worth it tonight. These things are just really good, guys, to just plug into on a weekly basis. We do these every Monday night at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And it's just a real good way to just plug in to kind of hear what's going on with the team. And also, too, we always get a top leader to share some nuggets with the business as well, guys. So, I'm Joel Nixon. Like I said, I'm from here in Omaha, Nebraska. My wife and I are marketing directors, 100K lifetime earners with the company. Been with the company for, me about over 5 years and Lexi over 7 years. And it's just been a really big blessing for us. We've been tons of trips, over 10 countries now in the last 5 years. And this, like I said, guys, has just been a huge blessing for us. So just so you're not complete strangers on who you're listening to. But now I get the pleasure to introduce all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, Miss Nadine Serreras to the call. Man, I've known Nadine for a couple of years now. I've met her and her husband, Peter, actually at a bunch of trainings. And then we actually went on the team trip with them to Jamaica a couple of years ago. And just an awesome family. And guys, those of you who decided to take time out of your night and make it to the call to listen to Nadine, you are absolutely in for a treat. She's one of the top leaders in the company, guys. She's a marketing director. She's been with the company for about 6.5 years now. And when you're just around Nadine, she's just one of those people who just is just such an encourager and just makes you feel a better person just by being around her. And I can tell that just from the short amount of time that I've been able to spend around her. And I can just see and notice how big of a blessing she is to other people. And she probably has one of the most prestigious awards within the entire company. For everyone who's ever been to our training event, she was the first recipient outside of our founder, Wayne Nugent, to win the Rudy Award. And which is just an absolutely amazing honor. It just shows how much perseverance and really just heart she has for this company. So, enough about me just talking about how awesome she is. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So she's just going to kind of give us some business nuggets on how to help build this business, guys. So, Nadine, were you able to make the call?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Take it away.
Okay, Joel, thank you and Lexi for that. Well, thank you for that introduction, and thank you and Lexi very much for your leadership and for all that you've contributed to the team. You guys are amazing, powerful leaders, and I'm so blessed to be able to know you guys. And that introduction was very kind. And I want to say about the Rudy Award, it's based on the 4 C's, which is contribution, character, courage, and commitment. But if I could add a 5th C to that, I would add the word connection. And that's exactly what I want to talk to everyone tonight about briefly, is connecting with others and the power of human connection and how you can take your business to a completely different level, a higher level with the tool of connection. So my intention for this call is to connect with everyone on this call in at least one new way. Now, I do have a personal individual belief, and I know this is a global organization and call, so this is just a personal belief that I do not push on anyone else, but I do believe we were created to connect with one another in relationship and ultimately with God. And the 2 greatest commandments from a famous piece of literature is to love God and to love one another. Now, if that's not the greatest connection commandments, then I don't know what else is. If the creator of the universe finds these 2 commandments to be the greatest, then doesn't that say something about the importance of connection? So connection helps us with our invite. It helps us with closing. It helps us with relationships. It helps us with addictions. I actually have a nonprofit that I run that supports those struggling with substance abuse addictions. And one of our common sayings is the opposite of addiction is connection. So let that one marinate. But let's go beyond the substance abuse topic, and let's talk more about business. What about fear? Can fear be an addiction? Those who fear being decisive to make a simple decision to join a travel club? What about those who fear the risk of starting their own business? If we can master the art of connection, we can help alleviate these fears. And the key to connection truly is curating yourself to be an effective listener. Okay, so let's talk about cultivating connection with prospecting. And now the big key behind all this is your mindset. And we've all heard that 80% of winning in this business is the mindset. So let's just cover 2 quick points to get this out of the way with the mindset. Number 1, you cannot care what people think. You can't even connect with them if you're worried about what they think, right? So, and we've all heard the waitress in the dessert analogy. The waitress's job is just to deliver the information of what desserts are available after you eat, right? A lot of people say, no, I don't want any. Some people say, yes. She doesn't care. She doesn't go cry in the corner because someone said no. She just doesn't care, okay? So what I would ask you to do is consider saying 50 times in front of a mirror, I don't care what people think. And it's going to start out sounding like, I really don't care what people think. But by the 50th time, it's going to be like down in the cellular level, down in the DNA of your backbone, I don't give a flying flippin' flip of what people think. Right? So we've got to stop overthinking and do yourself a favor and just don't think. Just do, right? So that brings us to number 2. Number 2 in cultivating connection and in that mindset key point is show as many people as fast as you can. Fast is fun, slow is painful. You want to rip through your list just like ripping off a Band-Aid. It's so much easier if you do it fast, right? So create a race. Put yourself in a mindset race to 200 no's. That means you want to show 200 people as fast as you can, and you want to collect 200 no's. Just do that, because I guarantee if you do that, you'll get a lot of yeses just because of statistics. So in your mindset, you want to think in your brain. Now, this is not guaranteed, okay, but just train your brain to believe this. If someone paid you $100,000 to whip through your list in 48 hours, would you? Would you do it for $100,000? And I can tell you that for my husband and I, we have gotten $100,000. And it did work for us. Will it work for everyone? No. But if you put that in your mindset and create that urgency, then there you go. You'll be able to do that. Now, think of Sachin Govinder. I think he had approximately 120 no's before he got his first yes. Think of Julio Acosta. He got about 420 no's before he got his first yes. Now, they are both millionaires with that program. Now, was it worth it? Absolutely, it was worth it. So you have to get your mindset right before you jump into prospecting. So practice showing as many people as possible to move through the stages of competency as fast as you can. And when I say the stages of competency, I'm not going to go into that now. There's not enough time on this call, but maybe that's another call. But just think of driving a car. When you jumped in that car at 15 years old, you didn't know what the heck you were doing. But then a mentor modeled for you and showed you and talked you through every step of the way of what to do. And you had grace with yourself as you learned how to do that. Now you remain coachable and teachable, and now you are to the point where you jump in the car, you don't even think that the right foot is pressing the pedal. You just get up and go. You do it unconsciously. That's how you want to get about prospecting, okay? And when you are mentoring with someone during the learning phase, definitely make sure it's an upline that has had success in this, okay? So now let's talk about the 3 markets that you want to connect with. And the first market is connecting with your hot market. And as a reminder, your hot market is defined as your friends, family, your buddies that you want to go on vacation with anyways, those that are when you're on the side of the road and you got a flat tire, they'll come pick you up. Those that'll bail you out of jail. Well, actually, if they're really that hot of a market, they'd probably be sitting in jail next to you. No, I'm just joking. Not really. But anyways, those you'd invite to birthday parties, weddings, that's your hot market. And very quickly and briefly, we do the 4-step invite with them. We connect that way, and it would go like this. Hi, Amy, I'm in a hurry, but I've got something you got to see. When do you have 20 minutes uninterrupted time in front of your computer? Maybe it's 7 tonight. I got to run this past you. And Amy says, sure, but 8:30 is better. We got to finish up dinner. And then I say, cool. Call you then. I'm running into an appointment now, but I'll talk to you at 8:30. Cool? And, that would be ideal if all our invites went that way. But this is not a perfect world, because what do even our hot market people do? They ask, what is it? And when I get that question, I very quickly, very urgently and excitedly pop out, it's super cool, but I'm in a hurry. Like I said, I'm about to walk into an appointment, but I'll share everything with you tonight. Cool? And my favorite word to end a phrase is the word cool. And I say that with the tone going up, with excitement and urgency, because it sets people up to connect them with a yes, okay? So, getting an appointment with your hot market, it's usually as simple as that, because they already know you and they trust you. So why have some people still not exposed everyone in their hot market yet? Well, it's because we need to take it up a notch. We need to move into higher functioning level, and that's where you've got to tap into the power of connection and connect with them. This requires being an effective listener. So I want you to think about something that you know that's really important to your hot market friend emotionally. And if you're that close with them and still don't know what's important to them, then it's probably about time to find out. So let me give you an example. My friend Amy. Amy, I know you've mentioned it to me before that you really wish you could take your kids to Disney or Universal one day. And if I could share with you a way to make that happen for a lot less money, would you want to know how? And I use the if I could, would you strategy. Okay, and I'll model that again in a moment so you could understand it again. But did you hear that connect? Did you hear me strike a soft spot? I mentioned something that she's been wanting to do, and that's what's going to engage her. That's how I'm going to connect with her. You can apply this to a birthday, an anniversary. Like my parents just had their 50th anniversary, and if I was prospecting them, well, they're already members. They travel more than I do. If I was prospecting them, I would have said, hey, your 50th anniversary is coming up. If I could show you a way to really have an amazing experience for a lot less money, would you want to know how? And think about that with family cruises. People talk about wanting to do that all the time. Think about that with a class reunion. Dell and Arlene are doing a class reunion. That's how they're connecting with people on that cruise. Think about ski trips. There's always someone who's talking about going skiing. Connect with them that way. What about the Super Bowl? Amy, I know that your husband has always wanted on his bucket list to go to the Super Bowl. If I could show you a way that you could take him there for a lot less money, would you want to know how? See, you can apply this to so much. With that new ancestry, DNA and all that, and people finding out their ancestry, people want to go to their homelands. Bonnie, if I could show you a way that you could finally go to your homeland of Israel for a lot less money than what you'd see on Expedia, would you want to know how? And then finally, and I don't want to beat this with a dead horse, but finally, think of those people who are stressed out with life, okay? Think of those people who have been taking care of a mom who's been dying, who is in a terribly stressful job. Think about people who've had to deal with dogs who are dying, or, I just dealt with that yesterday. Think about people with a child with an illness, just life in general, and they're just freaking stressed out. And you could say to them, man, I know you've been so stressed out with taking care of your mom so selflessly, who's been ill for the past year, and you have just handled this like a champ. You deserve a real break. man, if I could show you a way to experience, let's just say, a Caribbean escape with a beach, a swim-up bar, and endless gourmet food so that you could just relax and unwind, would you want to know how? So see how that sounds so much better than, hey, I got something I got to show you. You got 20 minutes? Connect with them. Take it up a notch, right? So you connect by being aware of their current situation, engage their emotions, give them affirmations, and offer them a viable solution to meet their needs. You know, guys, we offer a VIP champagne lifestyle on a beer budget, but even with that, be aware of your audience. Let's say they don't drink. Maybe you might want to say champagne lifestyle on a sweet tea or Pepsi budget, right? So just be aware and sensitive of, connecting and how you can most effectively connect. I want to quickly move into our warm market because, honestly, I like to spend most of my time in hot markets, so that's why I spoke about that the most. But let's talk about your warm market, and there's just 2 points I want to make here. First of all, your warm market is defined as your acquaintances, okay? So I want you to think of your service providers. You already have a connection with them because you gave them your business. Think about it, your dentist, your hairstylist, your auto insurance, health insurance, realtor, bank teller, chiropractor, personal trainer, cashier at Walmart. Now, let me tell you about that. Robert Rufford is a guy on our team, and he kept going to the same cashier, Sylvia, at Walmart every single time he went there, to the point where he built relationship with her. Well, let me tell you, Robert and Sylvia both are actively in our organization, and I have a nice, healthy line of lineage just from Robert and Sylvia. Because next thing you know, Robert had brought Sylvia to Starbucks, and we got her signed up, and wow, she's a networking queen, so we met a lot of people through her, so that was awesome. So build a relationship with your service providers. Ask them, what are your summer plans? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go? And what do you like most and least about your job? All those kind of questions. Now, there's a problem here, and that would be the mindset. If in your mindset you allow a villain to come in and tell you that you're too shy to ask, this for whatever reason to these people, then it's your choice to allow that burglar to come in and rob you of your freedom. Don't let that hold you back. Be free to ask whoever, whatever, and build relationship. Now, the second point with the warm market is what I call networking groups. These are your meetups, your Chamber of Commerce, your BNI business networking groups. And I got pushed into those because Rob Campbell, our sponsor, would come every week into town to help us build our organization. And there came a time where I would call him and say, Rob, don't come. I don't have anyone for you to see. And he would say, nope, I'm not taking that as an answer, Nadine. You find someone. So I had to go out and meet people, and that's how I got into networking groups. Man, if you flipped your deck of cards all the way through, then you go out and find another deck, okay? So what can you offer these people in a networking group that will give you 100% appointment setting success rate? And I say that because that's what I have gotten. Okay, you can give them a word-of-mouth referral, a guaranteed exposure for you. And if you're in a business networking group, your job is to be an amazing referral source to all the people there and vice versa. So let me give you an example. I'm in my networking group. There is an insurance agent there. I will say this verbatim. Hey, Robin, let's sit down over a cup of coffee so that I can learn more about what you offer so I can be a better referral source for you. Also, I'll share my travel program with you so that you can become a better referral source for me too. Cool? So you want to very quickly listen to what they offer, like just a couple minutes, and immediately say, wow, that sounds great. I got it, Robin. Anyone in the market for auto insurance, I'll be sending them your way. And now let me take 15 minutes to share our program so that you can do the same. See, you've got them in a happy mood. They're ready to hear you. They're thinking that you're going to send them referrals, which you will. And so now they're open and ready to hear you. You've connected in a way that meets their need. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, I've created a large line of lineage just from doing this. So you can really keep the funnel full that way. So I want to wrap this up with the last one, connecting with cold market strangers, okay? What happens when you run out of names? Well, the networking groups is good for that. Everyday activities, I was running into Costco the other day, and I saw a guy reach for a strawberry cheesecake, and I connected with him. And I said, hey, that cheesecake is a good buy. Is it really good? And next thing you know, over cheesecake, we have this whole conversation that led to business. I mean, how cool is that? But the third most important way, I would say, with cold market is the build through. I want you to think that each person you sign up with, each one, you get a whole new list of hot markets. That's why I stay in the hot market. Every single person you sign up. Now I've got this one guy, Jordan. He's a football player, and he is way so time challenged. He's so busy. We just haven't gotten to do his list. So I said, Jordan, that's it. Give me your list. Give me your list. He wrote me 100 people, and now I'm working his list, and I am connecting with each of those people saying, hey, Jordan wanted me to call you. Do you have 20 minutes or something we want to share? So, guys, let me tell you, it's very obvious that the build-through has worked well with us because in 6.5 years to this day, we have enrolled 1,659 customers in our organization. About 80 of them have been personals, and 20 of those, only about 20 are active. But, guys, we get paid a residual on a large organization, mostly through build-through. So my time is running out. I do have more to share at a later date about how to connect with your no's, and how Kim Campbell got 100,000 people in Hong Kong on her team through a no, and also how to connect through technology with Zoom, WhatsApp, Facebook. By the way, if ever you want to connect with someone through Facebook, Sky Isona Williams is the best person to talk to about that. And how to connect with people who don't speak your language through Google Translate. That technology is so important. And use your team members. Guys, I'm so thankful for Gigo Guerrero on our team. He speaks fluent Spanish, and he is helping me with building my entire Spanish-speaking team. So I'm so thankful for that. Teamwork makes the dream work. So in this last 20 seconds I have here, I want to put out a challenge. And in this challenge to everyone, I want to challenge you this week by Friday to make a new list of 50 names and rip through it as if your life depended on it. Tell your mind that it's worth a $100,000 paycheck. Now, only 20% of you guys on this call will actually do that. So I'm just being real. So for the other 80%, I want you guys to collectively focus on one type of prospect, and I'll choose it for you this week, hairstylist. So by Friday, every single person on this call, please make contact with your hairstylist or barber and see how you can connect with them to get an exposure. Try changing the focus prospect each week with your smaller teams and hold each other accountable. And guys, with that, I want to say happy Monday, happy connecting, and love, peace, and success to you all. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. Thank you so much, Nadine. That was absolutely amazing. There's just, holy cow, so many different things that you went through that if people were really listening and internalizing what you said, you just gave us just such a layout of just really how to be an amazing person, but then how to be an amazing person and build this business in a big, big way. And not only did you do that, but you gave us some marching orders to just get out there and do something. So thank you very much to everybody. Just like Nadine said, guys, let's go out there. Let's make a new list, and let's start reaching out to some people. She gave us some great ways on how we can connect with people and make this very seamless and about helping other people. So, wow, thank you again, Nadine, so much for your time tonight. And, guys, that wraps up the call for tonight. I just have to throw in this one last plug real quick. Guys, we got about a month away until the next RTE training comes up. So, guys, get on and get your tickets at events.worldventures.com. So once you connect with those people and you get people, you know, either signed up for the business or people who want to think about it, that is where you're going to want to bring people to see a bigger picture of what you showed them. So guys, again, the next big thing that we got going on is events.worldventures.com. So make sure you get on there and get your RTE ticket wherever you're at in the country. I'm sure wherever you're at, you have absolutely amazing, top-notch people coming in. So guys, I'm going to unmute the call and you can sound off, and thank you very much for your guys' time.
Awesome call, guys. For sharing, everyone.
Yep.
Let's get out there and do it, guys.
Let's go. Gina, Jordan, and Nadine.
Thanks for having us. That was an awesome call.
It was a really cool experience. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome nuggets, Nadine.
Great stuff.